It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Judy Nelson is with us today. She is the mayor of Glendora. And Glendora, on the edge of the San Gabriel Valley, Inland Empire, it can get hot. There's no doubt, and as a result, there's a lot of pressure in terms of how to keep your yard, your lawn, your landscape. But Glendora's been working with its citizens quite well over the last 5 years, even before the drought.
That's correct. Well, since 2008, we have been at stage 1 water conservation measures. They were voluntary. They are now mandatory because of the state requirement. But that is no excessive water runoff on your yards. Have a nozzle on your hose so you can turn it on and off. No watering between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. except for trees. We do not want trees to die.
I understand.
So you can water trees during the day.
And your measures are fairly standard. You're not going out on a limb on this, if I can use that pun. I mean, many jurisdictions, many municipalities are imposing similar types of restrictions. No fines yet.
No fines. It's all voluntary. We're counting on education. And since we started this in 2008, our city has conserved almost 12%.
Which is pretty stunning if you think about it.
Yes, it is.
What's also stunning, I've discussed this before, is that during this drought, Southern California, which is the drier region, has done fairly well. It's our friends in the north that have faced more challenges for reasons. I mean, we could point to a few reasons: better conservation measures in the early days.
Yes, the governor is actually asking, what are you doing in Southern California?
Right.
How can we do this?
Exactly.
Some cities in Northern California are not metered yet.
Right.
Their homes are not metered.
There are also incentives that are being put in place through Glendora and other jurisdictions as well, often through the MWD. Talk to us about the measures for removal of standard grass to put in either California natives or artificial.
We partner with Metropolitan Water District, and we are now offering $4 a square foot for turf removal.
Now, that's a higher number than I've heard.
That's
pretty nice.
It is
that's
high because
I usually have heard $2. So
Metropolitan Water District offers $2, and the City of Glendora is adding $2 to that. So it is very generous.
Because, turf can be a little pricey, but if you're getting a $4 rebate, I mean, you're starting to get to a point where it may amortize pretty nicely.
With the start of this program, we are buried in requests.
Oh, you are?
Yes, we are.
Which is huge.
Yes.
I want to ask you, are you seeing more people install artificial turf or turn to California natives?
Well, this week, our water conservation staff were out talking to 19 homes.
Right.
And of that, I believe 6 were doing artificial turf.
Interesting.
And the rest were doing
the California native types.
Yes.
Because that I gotta think is a shift. Because I remember a few years ago, California natives was seen as kind of, not very attractive.
Out in the desert.
Right.
All that white
in
gravel.
Palm Springs, they would do that. But now
Yes.
it's starting to become popular, and it actually can be quite attractive.
It's beautiful. You can Google it on the internet, and there's so many samples of gorgeous landscaping.
Because when you look at artificial turf, and we looked at that recently, it can get a little hot.
Yes, it does get hot.
It can get hot.
We're putting it in at one of our sports parks, and it has to be cooled down.
Right, exactly. So it can be a challenge.
You still have to put water on it. You still have to, not as much.
Right.
But.
So how's it going generally today? Are things going all right in Glendora in terms of water? I mean, I do worry about the more warm communities.
We have our own water department, and we are, our water supply is good for this year, although we are importing water from Metropolitan Water District earlier than usual.
It's not uncommon.
But Metropolitan and our water department are pretty well stocked for this year and into next also.
That's great news. Her name is Judy Nelson. She is the mayor of beautiful Glendora, California. My name is Brad Pomerance. I want to thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition.